Jack Johnson. Like I said, I'd be doing this whatever it's called, horror game. Your game will be saved automatically at current points. However, you recommended you put aside an hour and a half to complete home in a single sitting. Turn up the sound, turn off the lights. Okay. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. Okay. That house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I noticed that it limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I was head downstairs, try to find a way out. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yes, you did. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked like frantic but exhausted. I free it? Yes. I freed it. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like a thing that said I'd seen a lot of use. An arcade and a damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in the shed? Photo similar to the old one I picked up. It had moved a lot. There was seemed to be switches behind it. Did I push a switch? Yes, I did. It disappeared smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Left first, was anything over here? The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Where, you just moved it with your hands, but it's fine too. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had to be wiped to a sheet. Sorry guys for yawning. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. There was a photo of development trying to lay on the floor. Or tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negative were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. A mirror. I look like my clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. What? The door was taped and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. What's in here? The box looked heavy, but there was marks on the floor. It had to be obviously been moved before. I found a way out. Must I move it right? I heaved the box forward and finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. The dank smell rose. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes, I did. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture.
Jack
I wondered. What? What do you want? What's up? My leg is in a terrible shape. Okay.
Why did you unfriend me on Snapchat?
Who's saying this anyway? Oh look, I screw going on YouTube to do it. I need to go over here. My leg was in bad shape. That's what it said. Oh. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind, and
You
a lot
blocked
of
me on
traffic.
Snapchat.
It was an old map of the town, places all over where marked the industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the small forest near our neighborhood. Newspaper clippings from the local paper, all about murders in the town over the last few years. Wait, they were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. Did I take it? Did I? Yes, I did. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight somehow reassuring or something like that, whatever it said. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled so damn.
I told you I was fine with you being you know what.
I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this play?
Is it because I died and sent one back?
Hold on, DJ. By the way, those pictures, found them online. You know that, right? Go. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wood with rope. It was. Did I actually block you on Snapchat though? Who else is here?
Lies.
Who else joined this story? It's actually not a lie. Whatever. Blood. Something didn't actually use that, did they? Just keep going. Okay, crudely made shelves. It looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. It's cool. Looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute, those boxes had clothes in them. Yo, actually, when I wasn't kidding about that. Do you want to play GTA later? Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there?
You can only take pictures of you know what. If it was online, you could only send it through the chat. I
did
thought
send
we
it to
were
the chat.
friends. I don't.
I
Your
don't.
content, but this is confusing.
I remember the note, a broken ladder. I had to be careful. Oh. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. Broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes, you did. I could hear a faint hum of the smell before it started to get worse.
The computer bitch doesn't read what I'm saying. Look at my comments. I've got to go, but I can message you. Here's my number deleted after. 22459544342.
If anyone looks that up, guys, I will be very mad at you. You guys will not be able to come back into my streams or anything like that. Hold on, when I got you. Got you. Alright. Alright.
Goodbye. I enjoy your streams. Sorry for ruining this one. Ema, stay subbed.
Alright, it's alright, Win-Win. Don't worry about it, man. I could still feel the faint impression of the rope slide down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It probably was for the best I hadn't jumped. My leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have ran straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. Seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been already used. I kept the handgun in my pocket. It seemed like there was familiar weight there. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared with it, within it. So go this way. I could hear the faint trickling sound like water. What was it? The exit. There was a rusted ladder stuck into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down it. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Kitchen knife cut him with drying blood. I think made me sick. Did I take the knife? Yes, okay. Yes, you did, sir. Door was locked, whatever. That door wasn't. I thought I could turn this waterfall to shut off the flow. Did I turn it? Yes, sir, you did. Wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how to work. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. I have no idea what I'm doing. Make sure I turned all these. What did it say? Excuse me, guys. I'm lost right now. Uh, I did 2. I did 3. Did 4. Okay, 2's done. 1 is done. What's this? So there's 1. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are done. There's 2. I'm lost, everybody. else I'll find it out. What else do I do then? Yay. And there was a small metal key floating in a shallow. Did I take it? Yes, I did. I know where we're going. I know where we're going. Let's go to that room that was locked from the beginning. Oh. Well, I tried. There's a safety poster. Definitely seen better days. How was that face fantasy? Open that door though. Okay. Found out the dead body, a sewer worker, by the wounds all over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yes, you did. I thought about all the knife, found some dust, pictured the kid's knife. The keys from his pocket. I almost worried it was going to grab me. Well, sir, he's dead. He's not gonna grab you. Fresh air. Must have been near the exit. But I wondered, what did that key I found on the sewer worker do? And what was the videotape I found? VHS tape I found on a locked room. Should I have gone back to check? My head was buzzing with questions and tired. Suddenly I looked at my heavy lid above me. I could smell fresh old pine trees. I don't want to leave though. Did I beat the game? Sorry guys, someone just texted me. An old ladder leading up to the accident water tower. My need to be extended, so I climbed. Did I extend the ladder? Yes, I did. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. I went up the ladder. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. I had come before the game, man. What am I even doing anymore? I tried a little key. I fished out of the murky puddle and the stewards it fit over a rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. To mention on a map I see, Nora was walking around these tunnels underneath that man's house. I was scribbled. Trampled into the dirt, grabbed a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off. It was surprised to see my credit card. Wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take my credit card? Yes, you did. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I can find my driver's license too. Though the fence I could display out building one if I could my way. Okay. Did you guys hear that? There was some personal effects back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page of after war page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. I don't really care. I wasn't sure. Alright, let's just say out the names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holy Rose, and Rachel. Name on the list, marked beside in blue ink. Hold on. Rachel, everything was listed on the last list and marked blue and beside it, whatever, beside her name. The name Daphne, Olivia have been crossed out the same blue ink. Cheryl Heather Rose. Well, those marks looked older and more faded. Wasn't that nice to know, friend? As you before, a few hours still burn within the fireplace. It was camping here. There was a cheap two-person dome tent. Thought the screen front could see out of. Yeah, let's do that really quick. No, 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 no. Don't go. Don't something. The Grimmy sink had a small patch and that looked almost clean. But she couldn't play propped on the stall door. Did I bother to take it? Yeah, I kinda did. Such a big deal. What's the big deal of no, 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 huh? The washroom is always filthy and disgusting. Wanted to get away as quickly as possible. Fine. Sound was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure the path I have led. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean and where the campers would have been in their sight. Would I meet them too, through the path up ahead? Maybe I was less dense. I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? As I stepped to the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory, where I had worked as a mechanicist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Found the body of a security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this his flashlight? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this. I retrieved my watch. The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. Savage. The hell was that? One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking through something. Door was locked shut. Whatever. Larry's power box. Finally saw it. Cable burst out into the box, snacking on the parts of the factory. Going up. Every part of the plant smelled like old and rotten. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. Board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was a doorman. Busted Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Our old brick table, the layered and dozen grime only made things more. Looked like some beer bottles have been used on this table recently. I wonder, was that the guard using this as a break room of his own? Alright. A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push a switch? Hell yeah, I did. Utility shelf. Crammed tools, items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Hell yeah, I did. This isn't really a scary game at all. I just got trapped with a bunch of dead bodies everywhere. So to keep the lights off or something. Whatever. Okay, well I Kate the card just said you did. Hammer opened it. Hell yeah. My locker, they were in the factory. It stank of boots. Looked like it'd been torn up. Thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. There's a mess of empty booze bottles. I wonder if that man in the house had something to do with this. Alcoholic. Found all of them. Yay. We found all of them. Yeah. Wow, despite the setback, I don't think I can say anything about it, me. We're gonna get out of here, guys. On the wall, must have been missing. And mine was racing. Drinking on that locker room wasn't the girl I found outside. The sound of them and slumped against the fence came back to me. In a wave, it taken me. Did the flashlight I carried belong to him? Or maybe Norman? He and Rachel were friends. Maybe he could help. I knew he lived around the store he ran now. Maybe that was where I would go. Rusty truck is carrying the road and the guardrail, judging, whatever. It sounded like it was going to start raining again. Entered Norman's place out of the backs of the store that he ran. Guys, there's a bit of blood on the keyhole. And there's a bit of Norman on the floor. Why is everyone dying? That's all I want to know. A large cardboard box that hadn't been opened. No, I haven't been sealed. I open it. Inside the cardboard box, pile of clothes, photos, even shoes. As I looked closer, I realized there was Rachel's. What were you doing here, Rachel? What were you responsible for Norman downstairs? That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It'd been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that, as I thought of him, still lying on the floor back there, the gun carried seemed ever present. Seeing a dusty box of old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? What was Rachel doing at Norman's place? Felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers. But I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Wrong gate. I'm sorry. Back here in the rain gave me some terrible sense of forwarding and chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I would be too, buddy. Held my breath as I approached my back door. I was terrified to step inside. House was painfully quiet. Sound of my breathing, ragged and strained. Look at the lights, but the power was out. Obviously, you're such a big monster, bro. Why would you do that to someone? It's not nice. Down to the basement we go. Don't look. A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench was awful. Eyes watered. I was terrified to even touch the pile. To see lay within. But I knew if I had to, it couldn't survive. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I dug within the rags, did I find my Rachel? Right within the filthy eggs, pale, still was Rachel. She was covered in fat and bruises and what looked like cuts. Her chest was horrible maze of blood and dirt. I could barely look at it. My knife was in my boot, my gun was in my pocket. Right there where the truth was a murder. I thought all about the scene and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there no longer, I stepped away on Shank's legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly excused my own journey. I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. What are you doing, mate? Don't know what I'm doing. Just wanna leave. You gotta go to work. Give me it. What time is it? I'll be back. I know they said to do it in one sitting, but I had to go. We're going out for a late night supper. So I don't know. I'll do the rest of it tomorrow, maybe in the morning. Yeah. But I do. I love you all to death. Hope to see you guys later. Peace out, man.